clean up. I pulled a 30-30 off the guy down here. We cleaned all the paint up, rocks and all this. We cleaned it. Then we moved into the park. We got with the city. We got a picture of a guy working for the city, no offense, sleeping as my boys and us, we're mowing right by him. You know, we said we're going to take the park over, and we did. Well, unbeknownst to me right now, they want different organizations to take over these because people, they're trying to eliminate city. They're trying to eliminate city workers. Pretty
City
soon,
don't want to be responsible for nothing.
pretty
Everything will
soon,
be outsourced.
pretty soon, yeah.
And that's the
when I
problem.
watch these garbage trucks come by
I
after
know, that
paying
makes
10
me
million,
angry.
well,
Makes
just
me
the other day I
angry.
talked to these guys from the city, said, hold on to your asses, boys, because it's going to be cheaper. And as residents,
No,
if you're
it's
going to
not.
do that, like this street right here, I told Josh, said, give us back our street, we'll take care of ourselves, but
Right.
you ain't taxing
Garbage
us.
trucks.
Bring a dumpster in here and have it empty once a week, less than what
It's
we're
all
paying.
gone.
All right, I'm going to do this
It's
real
all
quick.
gone.
I'm going to do this real quick. You take a look at your churches around this city now. And I'm not saying just the black, but all of them. They got their hand in the kitty because they're tax exempt. They're riding mowers and lawn equipment and buildings and cars. And this isn't envy, folks. This is a true story. New three-piece suits. And I'm telling you right now, they turned that church into a business and they are tax exempt. Okay, now let's do the same thing with the 501c3s. Same situation, but let's kick it up another notch. Let's just talk about Kettering for a minute. Greatest school I've ever seen. They're in our city. Let's not forget, that was GM from the beginning,
I know.
all right?
GMI, right?
Right, that's
GMI.
GMI. See, people seem to forget that. Now look
Well,
what they,
yeah, some
but look
people
what they did down there. They're gonna build a $214 million park. Beautiful. Then GM comes in and donates $4 million. Well, how much is that? That's $218 million. So what does the city do? We give them Atwood because they're gonna fix Atwood up. My ass.
We lost that.
We lost a tax of revenue. But here's where I'm at. We lost everything here. We lost my park.
Right.
But here's what the deal is. Here's where I'm mad. I don't care if they got it. God bless them. Take it. I'm glad you're doing something, but don't you remember we were in there painting it up trying to clean it during the Operation Brush
I
Up.
remember.
But here's where I'm at. Now they got Atwood. Oh, it's beautiful. We're going to charge you $5. Come watch this football game. Guess what that $5 is going to be someday? It's going to be a $25 concert. Guess who's going to get that money? Sure to hell won't be the city. So here's where my point was. And here's where I'm talking to you. This is what gets me more. Why is it you give Atwood the whole stadium? Let them fix it up. Let them do whatever. But whenever they do anything, we get 10% or even 15% of that.
And that we
And
didn't
it goes
make any
back.
deals. I mean,
No
even
one
if
in
you look
the
at
no one in the
when
city
we
has a
gave away
voice.
the airport, you know, we got a couple seats on the board.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's
Right,
talk.
well,
I mean,
Couple seats on the board.
Sarver
What has that
Center,
done?
Sarver Center just went over to the cultural center.
You
Give
don't
me a
even have to
break.
tell me.
I know.
You don't even have to tell me.
So this is, and here's what I was
And there were
wondering.
people that stepped up and wanted to buy that were in the city of Flint.
Well, not only that,
wanted
these
to
two
do
little,
some things with
two, 4 little houses that we went by that we grew up, oh, we got to get rid of them because there's crime. Nobody even goes through there. No, you wanted that for a parking lot. And you did it. And no matter who or what said, they did it because behind closed doors, the foundation.
Yeah, that's a general course thing. We'll have this public meeting. Why bother?
Right.
You're just wasting our time. You're already full. You already decided
They're
what to do.
rezoning and everything. Those zoning meetings, they're rezoning everything commercial over on Grand Traverse,
That
all the
master
way up to
plan, that
property
master
lines.
plan is a big scam, and I don't care what anybody's, because, 5,000 people had a voice, 5,000 people had a, well, who were they?
Right,
And here's the
exactly.
thing, let's make it even better. Well, I don't really want to pay them street
It was
taxes
the
on the
5,000
lights,
people you sat down and handpicked.
but here's
Those are
where
the
I'm
same
at.
voters that
I know,
keep
that's what I'm
electing the
saying.
same
They
What I want to
officials.
say,
Right.
though, is if I do not
Bought
agree
and
with
paid
that
for.
master plan, what happens to me? Ah, shut up.
Right, you're a fool.
5,000 people said yeah. Well, this 600 said no.
Right.
That's the one reason why I quit the organization. You're not telling me to plant yellow flowers when I plant blue ones.
Right.
You know,
and that's
But here's what the problem is, and this is what we really need to look at. This city is run by, let's not lie, the Mott Foundation and all the little hobnobbers downtown.
99 years.
Right.
He had a contract
And,
with
and
the
you
city,
think
right?
you think the Flint Journal just gave up that building? No, that was in the works. That was years before shit happened. Look who's in there. What I'm saying is this: the problem with this city right now isn't the people that are running it; it's the people that aren't. You got what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah, what do they call them? The Uptown 7? You ever heard of that?
Well,
term?
there's 21 actually, but here's where I'm at. Why aren't the people involved anymore? because there's less and less and less of us. Look at it. Look at the flight.
Yeah, it's called, that's his plan, Dane Walling, shrink the city,
They don't
means
want
squeeze
anybody
everybody
involved that
out
has
who
an opinion.
can't pay more, squeeze them all out, take their land,
Yeah.
knock it down. Like, that's the thing, that these houses that are scrapped, that's not somebody just scrapping for drug money. These are professionals. The whole house goes down in one
That's
day.
one of the reasons why I got out of land bank. That wasn't no fire that some kid started.
Right, you
Come
see
on,
them
you're
all the
blowing
time.
up.
Look at their, you know, it's everywhere in the city, and there's so many fires throughout the whole city. There's not enough people to run, and they, you know, just keep pushing it forward, pushing.
You know, I sat with
Pushing. Right, firefighters are cut down and misreported. Someone was telling me that, you know, the number of
Something's gonna
arsons
get
are
her, okay.
being misreported.
The thing is, I talked with her in Cleveland after a council meeting. I stood in front with her, and I'd never always got along with. We agreed to disagree with well-intelligent man, but here's where it was. I stood there and literally said, "You know what's wrong?" I said, "You got all these old houses. You will never get that oak wood. You will never find wood like that again.
You
These
know
are
it,
all
right.
things that now
And
here's."
if you do, it's gonna cost you.
Here's where, just you take Lowell for instance,
St.
just the
Mary's.
woodwork in there.
Right, wait, and you know what else was Cody? Did you go
Right,
in
all of
there?
it. But here's what I said, I said this to the board, I said, you got these kids running around doing all these drugs and all this shit. Put a hammer in their hand, but not only that, you get all these
Right.
GM
Or
retirees.
lawnmower.
Hold on, you get rid of all these guys that are electricians and welders and technicians, you put them with these kids and you go into these houses
And you give them a
and
skill.
you give them a skill.
that
Not
no
only
one could
that,
ever take from
not
them.
only that, all right, this woman's been on welfare for 15 years. Who pays for that?
Yeah. And
You
there's
gotta pay
ways for us to
$600 a
do
month
that.
for rent. Give her the house.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Give her the
And then
house.
come in and
Her
fix it
bills,
up.
give her a year.
Give her 2 years.
Right, 2 years,
You know what?
rent free, with transportation.
Even with that,
It keeps the house occupied.
Just pay your property
it keeps
taxes
things
every
from
year.
Yeah,
happening.
give them
That's
something
true.
to
Pay your
work with.
property
Neighborhood
taxes
up,
every
keeps
year.
your property values
Add that
up.
$600
It's
a
all
month
these
rent on.
positive
Because it
things
ain't gonna
that
come
happen
close to what
as
that
a
property
result of
tax
us
is.
doing those
This,
kinds
this
of
right
things.
here, I mean, if you moved a woman on welfare in there and you give her that house and pay her property tax, because you're paying $6,000 in rent.
Anyway.
If you took that and divide that in half, paid her insurance and her property taxes, but listen, ma'am,
gonna work
you got little kids, you here. Now when that woman's window gets broke, okay, then you go to Habitat, get that fixed. But your boys are gonna learn how to do that, your daughters are
Right.
gonna learn how to do
Right.
that. Not only
And
that,
that's-
now see, they say this Habitat for Humanity is the best thing. I don't disagree with it, but if you look at it, everything there,
Business.
everything, they're bigger than a business.
Right.
You used to go in there and get a can of paint for $3, it's $15 now. Where's that money going? Does anybody really know? I don't see it.
Same thing with the Salvation Army. People give them that stuff, and you go in there and look at that like,
Donated
wait a
stuff in
minute,
there.
20 bucks.
Outrageously charged.
The Goodwill,
Right.
the Goodwill, I do not go to the Goodwill.
'Cause of the
And
CEO.
Goodwill CEO makes more money than all of us ever think of making.
Right.
I have a list of places that I
Well.
give to, the Purple Heart, nonprofit,
Heart for the
uh,
Catholic
March of
charity.
Dimes, you know how much
I
March
don't
of
do damage,
Dimes
Jerry.
goes to March of Dimes? A dime out of every dollar.
Well, let's kick it up a notch if
You
you
know?
guys want to. All them years I worked at the Journal, I give the United Way.
Oh, God, yeah.
Now, Jamie
don't
Gaskins,
anymore
I know
either.
Jamie Gaskins is a great guy, but damn it, I confronted him at Catholic Charities. You got to sign a name to get water, and you got to go through all these. No, give me the water. I didn't want it from you. I said, give it to the guy behind me. Can I have your ID? No, you're not getting my ID. What kind of charity is this? Because they
You
get to
gotta read a
say,
Bible
they get to
verse.
say so many people come through here. We help so many people.
mom
That's
Sign
what
the
it is.
list, sign the list. Make
Come
sure
on
you
in, you
sign
can.
in.
Kid
Right.
disabled, she needed a
Cheaper.
ramp. They wouldn't come out and help her.
All right, so we can go on and on. Karen, do me a
Well,
favor.
let's walk.
No, I want you to give me, please, and I'm not trying to
Okay.
sound, give me your ideas and what do you plan on doing?
Well, one thing I want to talk about and I want to look at to address, we already talked about the water. I won't say anything else about that. But, you know, I keep thinking about public safety. You know, I've talked with firefighters, I've talked with police officers, and they're hurt. And they're wondering, where did the money go? We had a millage, $5 million a year. It was supposed to be for more fire and police officers. We didn't get them. We didn't get them. We've got to address some of their concerns. You know, you're talking about we can't get people to live here.
Where
And
to go
that's
to the general fund?
and that it's a good question, and I've asked that question, and I know when I asked the question, I was told we have to move on. But you know, how do you move on when you've been robbed and you know who robbed you?
That's what I'm saying, we're
You know,
still looking back.
Right. You know who robbed you. So we got to take care of them because they're not even set to take care of us. You know, they're understaffed, they're overworked, and it's become a training ground. Flint Fire and Police has become a training ground.
Because all the dilapidated.
Right, but then they leave, and so it's just turnover after turnover. You know, their benefits are being taken. They took, when was it, a month ago when I was at City Council, and they took the money from the fire. Like fire didn't need it, to give to police. That tells you police are understaffed too. Has anybody been hired?
But on the same note, they give the Mott Foundation building guys 12 years tax-free freeze.
Wait.
That means $2.5 million.
And on the same note, they forgave Salem Housing a $400,000 loan
Sat right
because
there, I
they
couldn't
want to
free-
reorganize now.
And that same night was the guy that got pushed out of his trailer because he was pumping water from the graveyard to give to his family. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. And
Something's
the other
wrong.
thing is we gotta work
George.
with, we gotta fix our neighborhoods. I'm really sick of, we tear down. we
You know
don't
what I
build
said to
up.
Kildy? I told Kildy, we sat at Kildy's office, all right, hon. I said to Kildy, I said, Dan, he said, Tony, we just got 20 million to tear down buildings. I said, why don't you get 20 more to fix them up? And then I hit him with the tiny house idea.
That's what I'm talking about.
The tiny house
And
ideal.
we
Two people
gotta
can
do
live
that.
in it.
We gotta do that. You know, our neighborhoods used to run together. Now they're
Used to love
becoming more
each other.
isolated,
Well, there was a little
more
division,
separate.
don't cross the
Right,
river and all
right,
that shit.
but I mean,
look,
it,
when we got the school,
it wasn't
none
an
of that mattered.
isolated neighborhood,
No,
is
you're
what I
right.
meant. They ran into each other. We
Right.
had small businesses in our neighborhoods. You know, that people in the neighborhoods owned. You didn't have to leave your neighborhood for much of nothing.
Right.
No, you
Because
didn't.
it was
You
there.
could walk up to
And
the
we haven't
store.
been
You can
very
walk in the store, you
right.
right.
You could,
We had
right.
taxes, we had business
And we haven't been very
Popeyes.
small business friendly at all. And we need to be. And you know, it was funny because, yeah, I know every thriving city needs a thriving downtown. I get that. But well, I'm old enough that I remember when downtown was thriving. And then it wasn't. But they appreciated downtown. They put money into downtown. They invested into downtown, and look what happened. How come we can't do that
But the
here?
thing
How
is, though,
come
I
we
just
can't
watched
do
them
that?
spend $750 million just to go down Kearsley Street.
Yeah.
3 blocks over, I'm fighting vagrants out of the house net.
Right.
You know, which I know that's gonna happen. And
But
they're saying,
still.
well, wait, well, I'm watching all these other neighborhoods because we don't have a voice in here now.
Right.
And there's a reason for that.
And, well, yeah, there's a reason
because,
for it.
Because first and foremost, we kicked ass back then. And here's the thing: the people that are getting this stuff now are still involved. They're still doing their shit. Nobody here wants to step
And
up.
Somebody
you know,
just said yesterday they're putting all new lights down Saginaw Street now.
Yeah, what's that
Right,
about?
but give us some lights. And that was one of the things I was talking about too. Somebody said, well, what are you going to do different? I said, the first thing I'm going to do differently is get in there and see what's going on and tell you the truth. I said, I'm tired. We deserve to know the truth, even if it's bad news. Tell us the truth. You should have told me the water was bad. Tell me bad news because I can handle that. Then I know how to prepare myself. But you can't even tell me the truth.
They always put it on the news like, oh, a water main,
Right,
water
right.
main break, flush your water,
I
water
said, but
main
we've
break, flush your water.
we've
No,
got to
it's
take care of
the
our
water
neighborhoods. It's just, it was funny because, like I said, I wasn't at the city council meeting because I was meeting with the landlord association, and they're on fire. They're so angry because you know they're buying houses. At least they want to, but they can't get anybody to rent. It's like they're running small businesses
Well,
out
it's
of the
not only
city.
that. See, I was gonna get on with the land,
Landlord,
and I just started watching, but they got a legitimate grade because now you got to go downtown, pay $200
I
to get
know.
your house inspected. But in
Exactly.
the meantime, and this is why I
And
haven't
look how
done
long it takes.
In the meantime, I got to sit next to 3, 4, 5, 6 land bank houses. Understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I do. And look how long it
and-
takes for you to get it inspected.
Yeah.
It
And then
takes
they
so
can say,
long
well,
that
you
the
need
rent-
this and you
the
need
renter
this.
is gone. And they could be, you know, and there are things they could be doing differently because they could give you a temporary license until you get, you know,
You know what?
I'm not saying put somebody in a
I'll say
dangerous
this,
situation,
I'm not
but there
gonna
are
pay
things
the
you could
city
do.
of Flint any money for an inspection until the city of Flint
That-
steps up and takes care of the blight.
So those are the things that I'm concerned about.
It needs to all be revamped, and it
Yeah.
needs
That's-
not only to have the Mott Foundation, and I keep saying them because it's not just them, but everybody needs to come together. The first foremost, what's happening are the residents are being pushed and throat punched away from every situation that
Right.
happens in this city.
Right.
You just got rid of Atwood. You just got rid of Sarvis. You just got rid of this. And you're
don't have
screaming,
anything.
you're screaming for a tax base, but you're eliminating
No
it.
cash
Right.
base.
Right.
They just now give that ambulance company the right of way to whatever. Now, the only
fire
reason why I
department.
disagreed about it is because they should have spread around. And they're like, oh, well, we're going to get 100,000 a year, but you just give 2 million away. You just give 400,000 away.
Right.
And this
I
guy's
understand.
living in a trailer park getting shit
I
on.
understand.
Come on, you want 100,000? oh, you know what, jack the streetlights up, and here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
This streetlight tax needs to be fought. We need to bring some
Right.
more federal in on that.
Right.
They did that without anybody
I mean,
knowing, and it's
they
going
should-
towards the master plan. I'm not gonna see that master plan.
And you can't even, the taxes you're paying for your street lights, you can't get them on.
You know,
No.
my mom's street light doesn't come on, right?
Yeah.
Well, what was it, 2
Yeah.
years, a year and a half, she got robbed. They just cut in her front.
Nobody comes
front
in here and
window,
steals, nobody.
Front window, and stole her
And you know-
TV,
Look,
or
right
took her
there.
purse.
They walk around the
Window
court,
right there.
Wow.
up through the screen.
I was talking to, you
Because
know,
there's
it's
no
funny,
light.
we're talking about the street lights. I was talking, when I was meeting with some of the police officers, they were saying, you know, we get called for something, we get there, we can't even see. We can't see. It's not safe for us because we can't see what's going on, or you'll get some places and the grass is so tall. They're wondering, is somebody in the grass?
Right. Well, see,
I
that's,
want to say something
Go
real
ahead.
quick. This morning on Good Morning America, Flint is
Mhm.
number 2
For
for
poverty.
the poverty level in the United States, following Youngstown, Pennsylvania.
Right.
How can they get
And you-
taxes from people when
There's-
people don't make any money?
And we used to be one of the richest.
you want me to answer that? The
Communities
reason why we're
in
the
the
lowest
country.
poverty,
Poverty?
the reason why is because in order to start getting this funding and that, you gotta show your woes. You gotta tell them, oh, we can't do this and we can't do that. People, I'm telling you right now, if you got rid of all the grants, all the funding, and people
All of the
started,
administration.
I'm just saying, people started helping each other, taking care of business like they
And
used
that's what
to,
we have to do. We've got to start
instead of
helping
holding their
each
hands,
other.
oh, GM did
Right.
this, well, GM did whatever GM did, they're
It's in the
gone.
past,
Right.
it's
You know,
in the
Let's
past.
do some
And I'm all for the
things.
colleges, just like the churches, just like the 501c. Don't exempt us because we're residents. You know what I'm saying?
We've been exempt
But if
from a
you
lot
know,
of
if the
things.
colleges want people to come here, what do they want them to come to? Come on, you know what? This
And we've got to have
neighborhood-
places
this
for people to
neighborhood-
stay.
This
Right.
neighborhood
We've
could
gotta
be
have-
here,
right.
and
Right.
kids could rent from some of these houses
Right.
if they fix them up.
If they fix
I
them
mean,
up.
it's a walking distance.
Right.
We used to walk downtown when we were kids.
Uh-huh.
You know, come on, you can walk over here,
Yeah.
like Ann Arbor. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
I do know
But
what you're
who
saying.
wants to live in something sitting next to that burned out? There was a house down here. How many years did it take for them to not?
20
take the house
years,
down?
and we
20
fought.
years.
But here's the other,
porch was
here's the
fell in
flip
and
side of
everything.
that though, Mary. The housing isn't no problem. Really, it isn't. Look how long it took them just to build that place for you. What I'm saying is, bring the tiny houses in. They're all self-sufficient, but you know who don't want that? Consumers Power don't want that. You know,
All solar.
it's all solar power. You don't need their energy. You see, they're self-sufficient. Not only that, Roxy, who's an elderly woman, could live right next door to the college kids that'll help take care of her stuff. You
Guess
need your
what?
sidewalk shoveled?
Then let me drill my own well.
Right.
You ain't gonna get my money for the water neither.
And I'm not saying it's the best ideal, but it's something that looks. Look at this
Well,
neighborhood.
we've
for
got to
instance.
look at that.
This
Right.
neighborhood is so small. When I first talked to Dan and them back when the land bank, I said, look, make this your brownfield section,
Right. Yeah,
This out.
brownfields. Mm-hmm.
Went right down to 3rd Avenue. Understand? And I didn't needed it, but look at this. Could have been an example of what they
It's
could do.
across from the cultural center.
Mhm.
Come on, walk from your,
Right.
to your cultural
Right.
center and enjoy your cultural center.
But they
You know?
don't want that because you know how they want you to enjoy your cultural center? Jogging through here, looking at the beautiful landscape and probably some outrageous housing. You know, townhouses or whatever. There's a plan here. They just ain't letting
yeah.
us know.
Yeah.
Problem is,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna live to see it.
Well, you know what? I told my mom a couple months ago, she was having bad health.
Mm-hmm.
Every day I went home, I told my husband, I said, I feel so bad. I tell her, bye mom, lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Bye mom,
I
lock
know.
the door. If you
I
go
know.
to the back, lock
Lock
the front
it.
door.
I know.
You know, and when my
And
daughter
it
would
wasn't
come over
like
and the
that.
door was, you know, is your door, Grandma, your door is not locked. Okay, you know what? I told her, you know, I'm trying to get her to health. It's only me and my brother that lived, out of 5 of us that lived around here.
Mm-hmm.
My younger brother. The day that you cannot take care of yourself, and the day this man moves,
Mm-hmm.
It ain't just me. Don't do
no,
that.
I told her, didn't I? I said, when Tony's gone, you're gone. Because you will not live in that neighborhood. I cannot, I was like going through stress, worrying about her every day, if she was gonna fall. She fell.
Yeah.
Neighbors next door picked her up. She fell. Tony, she cut her head and I was out of town. She came run down here to Tony. you know,
And I give her to Leah.
and Leah give her to somebody else. But
Well, she got taken care
a
of.
major hurt herself, you know, and
Yeah.
it's a worry that I have. And luckily, I have the guys next door, our local hippies, who love her.
But they grew up, their
Right.
dad grew up in
Yeah.
the neighborhood. We're all tight. This is a
But-
50-year-old neighborhood.
But you know,
I mean,
it's-
it's people that know each
Right,
other.
right.
So, and I told her, okay, you start feeling better, you stay. And you know,
Well-
and these guys, I mean, I don't know what I'd do without them, you know?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't live, I live a
'Cause you-
half hour away, you know?
Well, I need
I
your
wanna
help,
protect this
'cause
neighborhood.
I can't do it by myself, and that's why that's why I've been walking and talking. I know I can't.
Well, see,
do
the
it by
thing is, just
myself,
like
but we
Dane's been there
gotta-
twice, I've had Ananek here. When he was 7th Ward Councilman, we cleaned. We showed each other, we hung, we taught
Yeah.
each other. And guess what?
They get
I
there
don't
and
see him no
forget.
more. I did
know.
talk to Ananek for the first time in a little while. Josh and me were really good friends, and I still say we are. And just because we don't agree doesn't mean,
that you're not friends.
because who knows what's going to happen. What's going to happen, just say, if Dane is reelected? You know, we're going to be in the same shit over the same people running, but hopefully,
After
His
10
eyes
years,
are
he
open.
gets a pension.
what's that?
After
Yeah.
10 years, he gets a pension.
Look at them all. Look at. We could go all the way. Anyways, you know what I know. You can look on that wall downtown, and them pictures got so much dust, you just squeeze them, and there's the same old
Right.
career.
He's the mustache.
Yeah, grow a beard. We know who we are.
Walk in the neighborhood and see if we can see some people out and
Okay.
pass your information
Yeah.
out to them.
That's what I'm gonna
That's
do.
what we gotta do.
You
That's what
going
I'm
with
gonna
us?
Sure.
See, and now is the other thing I gotta say. This neighborhood's all gung ho when you're doing the things. But
Right.
when you say you're going to council, yeah, I'll be there. They can't. They won't, or there's things they gotta do. See, that's what
Right.
I was taught by a friend that Tony, they're volunteers. You can't make them do shit. You
Well,
know?
that's
No,
yeah.
But just-
you're a whole
there's
different
also-
person when you're a volunteer. To me, I am, you know, a volunteer for that group I belong to. I give my everything to it. You know, I support the military, and you know, if I see a military person, you know, I'm all up in their face. You know, thank you, thank you, thank you, and you know. I pack boxes, and when I'm in that group, Mike's like, yeah, you're all in it. You know, I don't see you for like a whole day or a couple of days, you know, and I just, when I go and get into it, and I told him, I said, yeah, I have, you know, known about the wire, and I showed my responsibility, and I went to the meeting the other night, and I told him, I said, I'm in for it for the long haul. I'll do whatever I need
Yeah.
to
We have
make
to.
everything right, you know.
See, she's got an investment with her mother. She lives
Right.
in Linden with her husband. You know, and then when I'm up north in the middle of the river, and they're talking to me about Flint water. Oh, you're running for no, dude. I ain't running for mayor. Look at me. If someone drops some of that shit like they did in Colorado in this river, how would you feel about
Right.
it? You're
Right.
only one button away from it.
Right.
They don't get it. And this isn't oil and gas. You got to have this. You touch my water, I
Right.
will kill you.
Yeah.
Because I can't live without it. And we're letting China and all them come in on us. Done. Done.
That's right. What about
They-
those sands down there? The Canadian tar sands. that
Yeah.
They start putting in that K5 pipe
Pipe,
right
yeah.
underneath.
No,
You know,
yeah.
the Great Lakes supply water to 35 million people.
No doubt, man. But look at Lake Superior, the freshest water in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we can't get a.
Right.
And here's the
And
other
we're in the
problem
Great
people don't
Lakes
realize.
State.
When they drop this KWA and they run it through these pipes. Now, back in the day, the city was responsible for all the pipes. Well, then someone had a great idea that anything from the house to the curb box is a resident. All right? I live in a $6,000 home. You want me to pay $5,000 to fix a pipe that your tractor ran over and damaged?
This is my front yard.
Right.
They
You
had to dig
understand?
up the whole yard to cut the pipe in half and reconnect because it had never been turned off before. They tore it all up and then just left it.
Right.
Piles of
And
dirt.
see, now here's the other thing that gets me. They outsource to Walmart. They outsource to different companies because they can't handle all the jobs. That tells me you need to hire me. This garbage truck fiasco that we went through with Williamson, we got the new garbage trucks. They sold them to this company, then took the jobs and outsourced it. Why don't they just like Lansing did when Stanley didn't sign the bill for this shop? They took the shop to Lansing, and the dude literally stood in a meeting right here at the International Center and told us we were fools, and I stood up and clapped. I said, "You're right, we're fools. We let that slip into Lansing. Lansing give them all this acreage, and now they're booming with it." It's just stupid. We're giving our stuff away. They don't want to be a responsible city. They don't want the liability. And the deals with the colleges, it ain't about the locals. They want international. They want India. They want China. They want all the students in here.
Number one in the you get what you pay for college in America.
Right.
They hire you right in. They train you as you go for the job you're going to have when you graduate. And that's the thing. But here's, and you know, coming back to the water, here's the problem. You know, 2-3 years, you start seeing them scores drop, and those engineers just can't get it together. And like, what's wrong with those kids? Oh, they're in Flint drinking that water.
Well,
They didn't know.
see, but people don't realize Kettering got its own water turbines and shit down in there. There's things down there that Adam was telling me about that we could jump on and take care of some of our stuff. They just,
They won't ever.
when Brockwich's boy come in, Bob would come, he said, we got a beautiful water plant. Let them guys do their job. We just put $50 million into that 12
And that's
years
what
ago.
They want. They want that property. Genesee County owns the pipeline.
And they're
now-
gonna run it through here.
Now, when we get to KWA, you know we only own 35%.
I know that,
And if
and
we
that's
miss
people-
one payment,
See,
default.
see who told you that?
It's
See,
gone.
we've been fighting that from day one.
And they're also gonna mix it with the Flint River
Yeah,
water.
and they're still gonna mix because they found a pot of gold.
And that's,
Guess what?
then,
They don't have to give you
that, right, it doesn't make any sense.
At all.
Who's sitting on that board?
So guess what? Your Dane Wallings, your Josh Freeman, and all these little board members are gonna be just shoving the money in their pockets.
Oh, yeah. Paid in.
Yeah.
Happy as hell.
And see, it's water. I agree. We should
Water,
pay for what's
right.
Basic
And
needs.
gas.
Come on, you guys. What was it?
Basic
$35 every 3 months? What's the deal?
Right.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Every 3 months. Everywhere else, Burton, Grand Blanc, Flushing, Fenton.
Here's
Every
one, if
3
you're a
months.
city employee,
Small
shouldn't you
little
be
deal.
forced to
With
work
us,
in the city?
That's,
Forest
that's
City.
another thing. That's
My
another way to get
mom's
some
job.
tax dollars because there used to be a residency requirement.
And it should be. If you're
And
gonna
now
work for the
it's-
city of
it's
Flint, you
gone.
should have to live in
Yeah,
the city.
what happened to
And
that?
that's how it used to be.
Now, you knowing Josh Freeman, let me ask you this, because rumors, you know, here say, I heard that he only owns a house out here and lives in Davidson.
All right,
Is
I
that true?
got nothing to hide. Here's the deal. I mean, you see
Him and his
this?
family live in
Did
Davidson.
you see this right here? Josh is dedicated to his job. Don't get me wrong. I'm only speaking on my parts of it.
I felt
Here's
like
where
he
I'm
had a
at.
personal.
Him and his wife are going at it. I'm not living in this shit. La la la. There's your first clue.
She bullied my number. She's not
She's awesome, but she's got kids to worry about.
Yeah.
Let's not lie. Is the education system here any good? Hell no. Was it? It was #1 in the world.
no, that's
In
what
the
I'm saying.
Come
world.
look at ours.
But
That's
here's what
I'm
happened.
saying. It used
So
to
to
be.
stop the turmoil, he moved his family to Davidson. Which I don't know, how can he afford
He
that?
still lives
And
in
he's
his
got a
house,
place in this, over here on the east side.
where he's lived forever.
So yeah, that's what I know about
And
it.
guess what?
And to tell him he's wrong, I wouldn't. I mean, come on.
Probably
Right,
stay
you
here.
can't say, and that's why I wanted, I knew you might know the real story behind that, so.
I got good friends that work in the city.
Oh, okay.
You met John, John.
Every time I see one,
Oh, it's gonna be a
water,
shot.
they-
Well,
yeah, that's all I ever think.
Right, that would be something. Oh, we're gonna shut you one. Take it.
Well, that's,
Take
you
it, I'll
know
go
what I'm
down
saying? I'm boarding up all my houses now. I can't rent these now.
Oh,
Probably
man.
gonna board them up. I'm already in tax
That's
trouble
even
with
the
it.
hard part, you know, the
You know,
water.
they passed my house.
And you
Okay,
know,
I know.
This is a nice little.
But that's what I do when I see them. Like, this water's
That's what I'm like.
See, the whole
I put in
neighborhood
my
at one
water
time
bill.
used to rock. 4th of July, Safetyville, fireworks, everything, all that right here.
Mm-hmm.
This was the hub.
all this should go out nationally, because if I had a kid who wanted to go to Kettering or
Mm-hmm.
U of M or whatever, what are you gonna be drinking? Oh, Mom.
And that's
you
what
gotta
we've
give
been
me
trying
extra
to get it
money.
national.
You gotta give me extra money
It's a national,
to buy
right?
some
Because
water.
right, it's a public health issue.
Right. I don't think we should have to buy water at all. I think the
No,
city
they
should
should
come
give
in.
it to
Yeah.
us.
Exactly.
You know what? You bring a big water truck in and give everybody 60 gallons a day or
Or-
whatever they need.
Or all the neighborhoods.
Somebody told me their guy,
Tap a well.
their daughter was in
Give 'em a well.
early and they're bathing her in bottled water.
get you free
How much does that cost?
Right.
So I told her, I said, you have a bottle of water, warm it up.
It's not
You don't put that baby
Right.
in the water.
Right.
But
congested or whatever, rasher.
I had this one guy tell me, he said, $1 a gallon for water is a great deal. And this guy lives out in the country. I went, are you an idiot? I said, do you realize how many gallons of water a family uses in a day? Yeah, I said, I just like incredulous. This guy's an engineer at GM. He's an older guy, retired now. He said, I went,
For electricity.
I can't say inconceivable. No wonder GM's in the place you're
They
at.
don't understand that, you know?
Well, they have to understand it. When they go on to go draw water for a shower, that's using a lot of gallons of water.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is they don't understand the connection between a gallon and 55 gallons.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because how much it costs you, it's like using a credit card instead of a dollar bill.
Right.
You know?
Because you lose track.
Right.
It
You know,
doesn't,
and it
if you're
doesn't
not
matter.
really
It's-